Well, welcome to another edition of the Drew Crew, or should I say, the Boo Crew?
The Boo Crew?
Sure.
Because it's October?
Because it's October, but also a little bit of a Halloween episode. We got some ghosts.
That's true. A haunted mansion.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Perfect for the season. Get your pumpkin spice ready. Mm-hmm. Other Halloween things.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. You have your flannel on too, so you're all ready to go.
I do. Mm-hmm. It's cold in my house, so get the flannel out.
Mm-hmm. So my name is Peter. I'm a librarian.
And my name is Kelly. I'm a librarian.
And we're covering the second Nancy Drew book, The Hidden Staircase.
It's kind of a spoiler right there in the title,
yes,
isn't it?
Just like the first one too.
What do you think the solution to the mystery will be? Yeah, I know.
Before we get into that, though, something I wanted to talk to you about was, so we haven't talked, I guess, face-to-face in a while. You messaged me a couple weeks ago, because part of your new job now is to kind of see trends in other libraries, would you say? And kind of report back, hey, is there anything that this library system can be doing?
Right. Yeah. What can we learn? Yeah. As a group.
Yeah. So you messaged me. You're looking around frantically.
I'm like, what did I say? Yes.
You messaged me a couple weeks ago this picture, and the caption was, "Children's Library excited to offer Juggalo story time."
Oh my gosh. This is my Kelly believes everything she sees.
So you messaged,
I might be a little gullible sometimes.
So you messaged me.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, haha, silly. And then, but you were like, why would they do this? And then I was like, well, I think it's a fake thing,
It's
Kelly.
a satire page, Kelly. It's a satire page. Oh. You can keep this or not. Many years ago, when I was a young librarian, there was a man who used to come into the library, and he was at one time in like local television. But he would tell us these fantastic stories. One time he came in and he was telling us, yeah, I was just taken to the FBI office. Okay. I don't remember where he said, like under a coffee shop. And I was like, that's crazy. And so I told my supervisor about it, and she's looking at me and she's like, Kelly, have you noticed maybe some of his stories? Not real. Oh. So
perhaps librarians in general are gullible. I don't know if I've told you this story or not, but at my old library, one of the librarians had a James Patterson book, like maybe the new one, maybe not, doesn't really matter. And then, so I said, like, oh, who's that by? And she says, James Patterson. I say, oh, is that a new author? And she's like, well, no, it's James Patterson. I was like, oh, but like.
But were you joking?
Oh, absolutely.
Because you are very good at, you did that to me once. I don't remember about what, but you said something to me very seriously. And I was like, come on, Peter, come on. And then I was like, and then you're like, I am joking. Oh. So you were, were joking, but she thought you were serious.
Yes.
Much like me.
I said, like, oh, so they only wrote like 3 or 4 books or what? And she's like, no, they've written a whole bunch. And so I kept it going for like a minute, and I was like, no, I know who James Patterson is.
That's pretty impressive.
Maybe librarians are a little.
Well, that is true. Well, and also, when you are sitting at a reference desk, you know, you're supposed to like, okay, I'm going to provide you with an answer. You always say no question is a dumb question. Of course. But sometimes a question may make you internally go, are you kidding?
Right.
And so you don't want to show that on your face. We all deserve an Academy Award.
That's fair. Lot to talk about with this book. I messaged you yesterday. I said, originally I was like, oh, I don't know if we're going to have anything to talk about with this book. It seems kind of straightforward. And then I got maybe a third of the way through. I was like, oh, never mind.
There's always something.
I guess we can get into everyone's favorite segment, which is called Drew Conclusions.
Okay.
And that's where I guess both the mystery and the solution to the mystery in about 2 chapters or so.
Okay.
And we'll see if I was right. So
okay. So you like pull out your notepad
basically,
after
yes.
Okay. Let's
and
hear
so
it.
here is what I wrote. Again, this is on the honor system. So I wrote this after 2 chapters. Willie Wharton will be hiding in the house and will be the ghost of Twin Elms. And I was basically right.
Yes, you were. Yes.
Because at that point, there was like really no other solution to this mystery.
No, and I mean, this is Nancy Drew.
Right.
I'm not sure anything will ever come out of left field.
But even, I think even something like Scooby-Doo, there was at least like 2 or 3 suspects.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, and there were like, in this, you have like a couple different potential villains.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
You kind of are made to believe they're probably working together. Not to spoil things.
Well, this book's almost 100 years old.
I mean, listen, The Hidden Staircase. They spoiled it with the title.
Exactly. Just
they spoiled it with the title.
Like the last one, too, yeah.
Yeah.
We can get right into it. So it starts off with Nancy Drew. If you remember from last time, she solved the mystery of the old clock and potentially got time powers at the end of it.
She got a clock.
But it might have given her powers.
Oh, so that she could see to the next.
Time. Yes.
I know. Yes. I suppose that's true. Although you will find by the end of this book.
Yes.
Little did she know. She'll be in the next mystery.
Bungalow's in her future.
It happens at the end of every book, I suppose. Like, I just read it as like, oh yeah, that's the next one. It starts really fast.
Yes.
Yes.
So it starts with Nancy Drew. And who's her friend?
Helen.
Yeah. So does Helen come by a lot? Is
so here's what's interesting. Helen, she was in the first book, yes.
Oh, okay.
So she was in the first book. She's like her best friend. Another spoiler, in this book, she tells Nancy she's getting married.
Yes.
Nancy didn't even know she was seeing anybody. So a little bit of a fast engagement here. But, which made me wonder, because later on in the books, Helen isn't in them.
Oh, okay.
And there's 2 other friends that are in the books regularly. And they're cousins. I don't know what book they appear in, but like, I feel like Helen is only in the first handful of books, probably, and then she just disappears. That's
a real mystery right there.
It is, and I don't know why they would choose to do that, because you're writing a book. It's not a television show.
Sure, yeah.
That actor had to go away. But in any case, when she said she was getting married, I thought, oh, are we don't like Helen anymore, we're cutting her out? I don't know.
Yeah, and it didn't really play into the plot at all.
No, the marriage part, yeah. And I thought that was interesting, too, that they did that, because when I read the book about Nancy Drew, they said, like, Nancy will never get married, because that kind of will kill any series like this. There had been other series with young women, and as soon as that character got engaged and then married, the series was basically done. Yeah, exactly. So she can't go driving around in her roadster solving mysteries if she's got to get married. so I thought it was interesting that they were like, oh, Helen's getting married. Okay, so I'm curious, when we get to book 3, will Helen still be there?
Is it her bungalow?
I don't.
The center of the mystery.
It could be her bungalow, because in this book, the center of the mystery is a mansion with people living in it that she's related to. So,
yes.
Yeah.
So she gets a call from Helen. She's in this house with her great aunt and her aunt's mother. So it'll be her great grandmother.
It's her great grandmother. Yeah. They got to that very roundaboutly.
Yes.
Because they were like, it's my great aunt and her mother. And then I'm like in my head going, well, that means she's related to you. And then she says, well, actually, she is my great grandmother. Okay.
So Aunt Rosemary is the great aunt. And then Miss Flora is the great grandmother.
Yes.
And it was really weird. Like, ever since she was a kid, everyone called her Miss Flora.
That's
a great nickname for a kid.
Yeah. I mean, every 5-year-old wants to go by Miss Flora. I imagine her looking as a 5-year-old like Shirley Temple.
Helen's going to stop on by because this mansion is haunted.
Correct. There's things that have been stolen. There's weird noises, music playing randomly.
Right. So at this point, I was like, yes, nice, short and sweet, simple mystery. Loving it. And then Carolyn Keene comes by. It's like, hey, I'm going to make this a little bit more complicated for no reason. So these people are going to come over, but then there's a knock on her door, and it's
Nathan Gomber.
Nathan Gomber, yes. And so I didn't 100% understand.
I felt like they didn't explain it well. Okay, so I'll start by saying this is the revised edition of this book that we are discussing. Revised in 1959. The original was probably put out 1930, 31. So I actually do own both editions. So I did read both. I felt like they explained this better in the original, but they also changed it a little for the second. Okay. So I'll talk about the original more later.
But basically what's happening is Nancy Drew's father is a lawyer.
Yeah.
Before it seemed like he was a criminal lawyer.
Right.
But I think he's just lawyer in general because he
does
helps,
all kinds of things.
He's a super lawyer. And so he helped facilitate this deal between the railroad and a bunch of landowners to get land so the railroad could build a bridge or whatever. And so there was this one holdout.
Willie Wharton.
Yes. Yeah. So he ended up signing it over, but the person that was going to get the signature or witness the signature dies for no reason.
I wrote this down, I think, with an exclamation point. Yes, the lawyer that got Willie Wharton's signature was sick and didn't get it witnessed and later died. Okay.
And that matters.
Right.
So he's coming up to the door. He says, hey, your dad's in danger because of this deal, because the holdout is missing now. Because the landowners are now trying to get more money out of
the railroad.
Yes.
Right? Now, I want to note the guy that comes to the door, his description, because I think we should know descriptions of people. Now, remember from the last book, if you're a good person,
you're attractive.
You're beautiful. If you're a bad person, not attractive. So I wrote down short, thin, stooped. I think he was about 40.
Yeah, guessed his age should be about 40. I was like, Nancy.
Yeah, he's about 40.
Just because he's stooped, you think he's 40.
Right. Well, yes. And he has a shifty gaze.
Yes,
I found that later, and I thought, whenever there's shifty eyes involved, because I think there was another person later on who might have shifty eyes.
Right.
That's never a good sign.
I'm shifting my eyes around your place right now. Thinking about all the coffee cups I can steal. There's some magnets over there.
Well, there's a lot of rocks in here, and I think you could throw one in your pocket and no one would be the wiser. But yes, so he's saying that somebody might come and harm her father. She should be careful. He's not necessarily doing the threatening.
Right.
He's saying somebody might harm her.
Right. Basically needs to bodyguard her dad.
Right.
That was his advice.
Right.
Hey, 18-year-old.
You look like you could,
tackle somebody.
Yes, exactly.
So then Mr. Drew comes in.
And I don't remember if it was like this in the first book, but the way they talked and joked back and forth. It was like a late 50s, early 60s sitcom.
It was very weird because, Mr. Drew says, oh, is your date off for tonight? And you want me to substitute?
Yeah.
Weird thing to say to your 18-year-old kid.
And it felt, that's why I said it felt like this odd sitcom. I felt like it was Dick Van Dyke falling over that cushion.
Yes.
It felt very and I was like, well, that's odd.
Like a couple lines later, he's like, oh, are you going to raid my wallet?
Yes.
It didn't feel like the first book at all, where it's like, hey,
no, I didn't remember that.
People are kind of independent and have a good rapport, and
they were just going for kind of this over the top jokey.
Yeah, it was very weird.
It was odd. So there are literally 2 paragraphs in this about she's got a date.
Yes, with Kirk, who's a tennis champion.
Yeah,
I want to talk about the date really quick because
this guy doesn't come up again at all.
Okay.
Later on in the books, you have her. I don't know if he's described as her boyfriend, but Ned Nickerson, spoiler,
you said yes,
is her special date for everything.
All right.
I don't know who this guy is.
Those guys.
I don't know.
The dad says, oh, Dirk doesn't like to be kept waiting. She says, especially because of my mysteries. I was like, yee, Nancy, this isn't going to go anywhere very well.
Well, he only got 2 paragraphs.
Ditching Dirk.
I thought it was interesting that they even put this in here.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Because it has no bearing to the story or the mystery. And in the original, there's no dates. There's no mention of dates. It's not interesting.
Right.
And I felt like they're revised. They're like, we got to give Nancy a date.
Oh, sure. So Nancy and the red-haired former high school tennis champion, not current.
Well, no, because he's probably not in high school anymore.
Former high school tennis champion drove off to pick up another couple and then attend an amateur play and dance given by the local little theater group. So, hey, for our date, let's not only go to a dance, we're also going to go to a play. And it's going to be put on by kids. What? That sounds like the worst date ever. Well, that's what I want to do on my Friday night is just watch some kids do Oklahoma really bad.
Then does she go home then at that point? Because I have a note here that then her and her dad go out to check on the railroad progress.
Yeah, so they're looking at the railroad progress, yes.
Yeah.
And so, but Nancy's basically tried to tell her dad, like, hey, watch out. People are after you.
Somebody's coming for you.
And then, so then they go off to the railroad. Kind of for no reason.
Just to look at it.
Right, But this is where some of the action starts to happen.
Right. Well, as with any Nancy Drew, each chapter needs to end on a cliffhanger that when you then turn the page turns out to be nothing. There's a truck that starts barreling towards them. Nobody's in it. They almost get run over. Turn the page. They're fine. But then they have to do a little sleuthing.
They go up to where this truck was, and they see actual footprints.
Right. So you've got to do all the things that you do to examine footprints. Measure them. Take a cement cast. No, they didn't do that. But that's what I was expecting.
Tell that it was by a short man because of the pacing.
Absolutely.
Because that's the thing.
They're both very smart. They knew that it was a short man.
And so it's not even, and they know it's like a business, like someone that doesn't actually work there because it's not work boots. It's like actual.
Oh, it's a businessman's shoes.
It's a businessman's
correct.
shoe. So it's like a mystery board game. It'll have like those little shoe prints. I imagine that.
Not to jump to the ending, but did they mention this at the end? This truck thing? Because they tied it up so fast at the end, but I didn't remember them ever coming back and saying, and it was so-and-so's footprints. Because he had a size 9 business shoe
they just totally forgot this part.
They didn't. Okay. Well, anyway, it was a short businessman who did it.
Yes.
Although, think about it, let's go back. Nathan Gomber, probably a businessman of some sort. And they did say he was short, thin, and stooped. I don't know if they could find
and
the
40.
And 40. I don't know if that plays any bearing here.
And I like that these footprints won't come up again, but Nancy is just constantly looking for footprints throughout this entire story. It's kind of her only trick. It's like, we gotta look for footprints.
Exactly. Well, they're big clues. And when you think of every great mystery or like image of mysteries, you've got your magnifying glass, but usually the magnifying glass is looking at a footprint.
Exactly. Which they're kind of there. Do you really need a magnifying glass to see them better?
Probably. That's how you can tell the stride. I don't remember this in the first book, but I do just remember from reading these that it felt like they were constantly eating. So I decided I needed to write down every time they ate something and what they ate. And then I wrote food in my notes because there was a point later in the book where they do say food. Yes. Which I'm kind of thinking maybe means like yum. Food, but I don't know.
It's weird.
It is weird. Anyway, okay, so they did have, after they almost get run over by the truck and then they analyzed the footprints, they worked up an appetite, so they had to go back home and have dinner. Orange and grapefruit slices, spring lamb, rice and mushrooms, fresh peas, and chocolate angel cake, and vanilla ice cream.
It's a very 1950s.
Yeah, it is.
Dinner.
It is.
Like starting with grapefruit. That's a choice for dinner.
That is.
And then was it spring lamb? I don't even.
Yeah.
What is that even?
I assume it's just lamb.
I imagine it's like
don't know.
Lamb, but with mint jelly. There's a lot of jelly. I feel back in the day.
I'm picturing rosemary sprigs somewhere.
Okay.
I am surprised they aren't listing anything in Jell-O here. But
there's gelatin later. There's plain gelatin later. What does that mean? Ooh.
I don't know. I mean, it doesn't sound good. It's just gelatin. There's no flavor to it. Yes. Okay. So that's what they have. And then at that point, Mr. Drew's like, I'm going to Chicago.
Chicago, right. Because he heard Willie Warden might be out there. But he's just one person, and it's Chicago. It's pretty big. Like, we live fairly close to Chicago.
Maybe he has a clue where
he's got to see those footprints. He's got to follow those footprints.
I don't know. Yes. But, I mean, you get the impression he's kind of a lawyer who can do anything.
Right.
So maybe
much like Nancy Drew.
Right. He's going to try to get Willie Wharton, and he'll be probably back Wednesday.
Right.
I'll come and visit you at the haunted mansion where you're going next.
Right. So she's going to stay overnight there. Yeah. And then, meanwhile, just Hannah, the housekeeper, just going to hang out.
Exactly. We're going to hang out. Then Helen shows up to take her to the mansion. Yes. And that's when Helen divulges she's getting married.
Yes.
Nancy doesn't even know who she's marrying. Which seems odd if you're really good friends. But
it also seems like it's someone that she met over summer, but then he had a job overseas and hasn't seen him in a while.
There could be a problem with this marriage. I don't know.
Well, I thought it'd be like almost like a scam, and
that would be too much of a interesting plot device, Peter.
It's someone didn't sign the railroad contract plot.
No.
So get to the house. Great grandmother isn't looking the best. Getting tired of being spooked.
This mansion, they call it Twin Elms.
Yes.
But there is another mansion
next door
that's a duplicate,
and it was built by brothers.
Yes.
Their sons had a falling out.
Correct. And the other mansion is Riverview Manor.
It's kind of dilapidated.
Right. Not currently owned by anybody. It's for sale.
Right.
This should have been a giant clue, but you've got a duplicate mansion next door. Nobody's living there. You've got a ghost in your house. Not related at all. In the meantime, it's time to eat again.
Yes.
Okay. Now, this, I can't remember. I just have a note about the food. I don't remember. Is this at the mansion? This is what they have for lunch, probably?
Probably, yeah. That sounds right. Again, I think that they're kind of divulging, like, hey, there was a stolen necklace, and just kind of divulging just a couple extra details.
But we should eat before we search the mansion.
Yes.
Because that's, you can't do these things on an empty stomach. So they have chicken salad, biscuits, fruit gelatin, which is really not that much. I was expecting more. And this time the gelatin had some fruit in it.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. I believe while they're eating, this is when they start to hear music from the second floor.
Then they go up the stairs. The stairs are creaking. And so you have to go up them a certain way for them to not creak, which is not really a plot point that really pays off.
I mean,
it's kind of just to show that, hey, there's some sort of secret passage somewhere, because to go up and down these stairs silently is impossible.
Now, correct me if you're like, I have no memory of this, it would be the other book. No, I think it is this book, because it's her and Helen. In the original, Helen is not in the original.
At all?
At all.
Oh.
Her and Helen do these like tests going up and down the stairs to see which stair creaks and where it creaks.
And you have to go, it's like left, right, basically as you go up.
It was a little bit of a boring section, but I think, like you said, the point was like a person probably couldn't use these stairs.
There has to be another way up and down this
exactly.
house.
So they race upstairs, and the radio is on in Miss Flora's room.
Yes. It ends with Nancy Drew. She's going to open up the closet, and no one's inside there.
Nothing there.
And they keep saying ghost. And Nancy Drew, like, she kind of laughs it off, but she doesn't say it's not a ghost either.
Right. No, nobody ever really says like, okay, I don't think you've actually got a ghost.
Even when there's actual people, they see actual people inside the house later.
Right.
And no one ever says like, oh, it's a person, not a ghost.
Right, exactly. They seem to really lean on that heavily. But then I believe...
So then Nancy is looking under bed. She's like, well, no ghost here. I'm looking under this other bed. Oh, no ghost here either. Guess where ghosts like to hide.
I feel like a lot of this book was them going around the house, checking for things, whether it be a ghost or a secret passageway, and then stopping to eat lunch, and then searching again. You know, like I felt like there was a lot of that happening. Again, that could just be because I read 2 versions of the book and I felt like we were doing a lot of searching. Now, I don't know, they were upstairs maybe at this point, but then somebody comes to the door.
Who was it?
Nathan Gomber.
Oh, yes. And so this is where our 2 plots kind of collide. Very haphazardly, but...
Right.
Because this is how we find out that Nathan Gomber also wants to buy this house.
He wants to buy their house. Yes. Okay, so they have a whole conversation with Nathan Gomber, and he tries to give them a sentimental story about why he wants to own
I just want a colonial house.
I just really want a colonial house. Yes. Later, Helen says, I'd like to bet a cookie Mr. Gomber didn't mean one word of what he was saying. So I had to look that up because I'm like, what does that mean?
Or maybe this is an alternate
it's like
reality.
Betting something of little value.
Okay. I was going to say maybe it's an alternate reality where cookies are money.
No, in this case, they don't mean anything. So yeah, he tells them that he just loves colonial houses.
And wants to give him an offer, but it's an offer kind of like below market value.
Correct. And they say no.
So he sulks away.
And he walks away. I noted that.
Oh.
I underlined it and I said,
oh, yes, he walks. He doesn't drive away.
Yeah, because they noted that. They're like, he didn't drive. He walked away. And I'm like, I think that's a clue. Think about that old mansion next door. But nobody makes that connection.
Right. So then I think this is where the chandelier starts to rock.
Correct.
Rock back and forth. They're talking about what just happened.
Yeah.
The chandelier starts to rock. It's just kind of a cool picture, too. And so Nancy Drew races upstairs.
Yes.
No one's there.
Right.
And then so this, I like this part too, that Nancy Drew was kind of like, hey, I bet if I just rock back and forth in this one place specifically, I'll get the chandelier to rock.
Yes.
And she goes to, hey, Helen, go downstairs. Let's test this. Nancy Drew is about to start moshing. Some headbanging back and forth. She hears a scream downstairs.
Right. And then the chapter ends.
Yes. And so, yeah, Nancy Drew runs downstairs. This part was maybe my favorite part of the book.
Really? Okay.
Because then Helen's like, hey, I saw a face in the window.
Right.
It was the most horrible face I've ever seen.
Yes.
And Nancy Drew says, what did it look like? She says, it looked like a gorilla. so I'd be like, well, Helen, did you see a ghost or did you see a gorilla? Those are 2 completely different things.
The ghost of a gorilla.
The ghost of a gorilla. So then, yeah, they go outside. And then Nancy's looking for footprints. And he's like, well, I don't see any footprints over here. But then she realizes, hey, if I step on this porch, I can kind of squeeze over with my arm to the window and I can just hold a mask up in the window. And then I was like, Helen, you were just scared of a mask just in general. Like, it wasn't even on a person. Like, I imagine her going to, do you remember Bartz's back in the day? We used to go to, Bartz's was a party store in the area. I just remember her, I just imagine her going to Bartz's and just be like, just masks just hung up on the wall.
Well, the interesting thing is that this proves there are 2 ghosts.
Yes. So Nancy was like, oh, so wait a minute. We don't have a ghost. We have 2 ghosts.
We have our chandelier swing ghost.
Because there's no way that someone could have run down that quick.
Correct. And then your gorilla ghost.
And then so Nancy runs back upstairs and she does her moshing upstairs and she's able to get the chandelier to swing. Sia style. Is that topical reference anymore?
I got it.
Okay, good.
I'm not gonna sing, but I got
it. And so, so her theory's correct.
They decide they're going to search the house.
Yes.
Because this is half of this book is searching the house, and they found nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But this is going to shock you. They have to eat again. Okay. So this is where it actually says food.
Yes.
So what they have are steak and French fried potatoes, fresh peas, and floating island.
Yes. And so your brother... I'm sorry.
Yes. Also fruit cup. You can't forget the fruit cup. I looked up floating island. It is poached meringue in custard.
Yes.
Now, yes. Okay. So when I started recording these podcasts with you, my brother-in-law decided he was going to read these books to my nephew and nieces.
Yeah, that's super sweet.
Very cute. So he read this and then decided he was going to make Floating Island.
And he did.
He did make Floating Island, although I believe the rating was not very high on the Floating Island. I'm pretty sure my nieces, which are both 6, chose not to even try it.
Because is this eggs and cream? What is it?
It's just, custard.
Oh, okay.
Which I believe is it's just like an egg mixture. I don't know. I've never made custard. Sure. I've watched the Great British Baking Show where your custard doesn't turn out right. Yes. It was less than stellar, but I was impressed that he went to the
that's fun.
Went to the lengths to make it. Yes, I've also heard he's already checked out the 3rd book.
Oh, nice.
He's ahead of us. My niece was looking at it the other day.
Yes, you told me that
which
too.
was very cute. So
and
anyway,
here's the thing: no one from my family listens to this at all. So it's very sweet that
I'm just so popular.
I mean, clearly.
But while they're eating, again, music.
Yes. Oh, thank you. Yeah. So then they go upstairs, but this time they check the radios. Radios are cold, so it couldn't have been from the radios. So someone was just playing music up here.
Where is this coming from?
They go upstairs because they're like, hey, it must have been someone actually playing music. They go upstairs, don't see anything. They look around a little bit, but they find these trunks.
Yes.
With all of these costumes.
Yes.
And so what did they decide to do, Kelly?
They're going to dress up in the costumes.
They're going to dress up.
And they're are they like Revolutionary period ball gowns?
Yes.
I think, yeah. Because there is a drawing in there at a certain point. They run outside. Let's back up because I think before this, Nancy calls the police. And
yes.
And here's the thing about these, and I think we may have mentioned this before. Anytime Nancy calls the police, they're like, "We're on it. We believe everything you say. This is not crazy. We're sending a guard to you," which is wild.
Yes.
I don't think that would never happen. I think they were trying on the costumes, and then they hear something outside.
But let's talk about the costumes really quick.
Yes.
Because then there's like it's revolutionary style garb. It's not just Helen and Nancy that get into it. Both the older ladies do too.
Yes.
And they're just having the time of their life. And they even put on the powdered wigs.
Yes, that's the other part. Yes, here's the drawing. It kind of harkens back to the elementary play that they went and saw earlier.
Maybe, yes. Because this house has history, as we're going to find out, and so these costumes potentially were left over from from
colonial house that somebody wants to buy.
Yes. Yeah. So then they race outside because they hear a noise, and it's the guard that was posted captures this guy that was just walking by because his wife has the car.
Yeah. So he decided to walk through the yard. Yeah,
basically. And then they quickly verify a story and everything's fine. This is all just kind of a red herring and just kind of a waste of time.
Well, it's that chapter suspenseful thing. I do have a note earlier that in the middle of the night, somewhere in there, an owl appears in the house.
Yes. So they see eyes at the top of the staircase.
Yes.
Yeah, Nancy has to, she literally
traps
wrestles.
The owl.
Yeah,
right. Which I believe falls into the category of what Drew can do.
Our wrangler.
Yeah.
She held the bird out the window, released it, and stepped back. "Oh," Nancy said, gazing ruefully at her wrists, which now showed several bloody digs from the owl's beak. "I'm glad that's over." Like she just dusted it off.
No big deal.
It's totally fine.
No big deal. Not sure it would be that simple of a process. And I'm picturing a great horned owl. But I don't know. You always kind of picture that, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's what it is here. I just remember, like, at a library program, wildlife rehabilitation place brought in a screech owl.
Yes.
And this is an owl with, like, one eye missing because
yes, I remember this. Yes.
And, like, the lady walked around with him and, you know, we had these very clear instructions. Everybody, like, just sit in your seat, don't move, be very still because they're very deadly. So,
well, what's also weird though is that this is never brought up again. Like when there's the full confession of everybody.
That's true. It's
never like, hey, I brought in this owl.
Yes. So I feel like this is a plot point that in this instance they tried to grab from the first book, but then didn't bring it around full circle the way they did in the first book. So
sure.
I will explain that later.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice. And then this is the part where we get to the stairs.
Yes.
And it's like, hey, no one can go up and down these stairs without creaking. So they try to figure out the perfect pattern to get up the stairs. So they're like up, up, down, down, right, left, right.
It's like some kind of odd puzzle, and then you're hoping a door will open at the end, but nothing does.
The two older ladies, they're kind of frightened. And so they go out to the garden. They said like, we'll send them out to the garden basically all day. And I was like, that's a great idea. Send two elderly people outside, possibly with no shade, just for all day. In the morning, that's fine. So I think they're looking for an entrance in the attic because Nancy said, "Hey, when I was looking at these chests with the costumes, I noticed that there's a panel that's a little bit off. That's a little bit weird." So they're kind of looking for a door. They think they might have seen one. They kind of can't quite get it. I think Helen goes out to check on the two elderly ladies. And this is when Nancy's like, I thought this part was kind of cool too. Nancy's like, oh, I'm alone in this house. What do I do? Maybe if I'm 100% quiet,
I'll hear something or something will happen. Yes.
And then so I think she hears something downstairs.
I think at this point she goes downstairs, doesn't find anything, but stuff has been taken again. So there's things.
Oh, yes. And
there's more things missing.
I think this time it's food, like milk has been taken.
Oh, right. Yes.
I think around this time, we might not be getting the order exactly right, but it doesn't really matter. Yeah. But around this time, we find out that Mr. Drew didn't find Willie in Chicago, and he's coming back. He was supposed to be back, and now he isn't.
Yes, she talked to Hannah on the phone. So he's missing. So Nancy decides she's going to go to the train station.
Yes.
To try to figure out what happened. And
so, yeah, she has I don't think she even has a photo. She has a description of her dad. It's like, hey.
Good looking.
Yes. Good looking and a good person. And the guy's like, I know exactly who that is. No, so she does a lot of like legwork. She calls it must have been so hard to track down people back in the day. But she calls like the train station and all these other places. She finally settles on like these cabbies. Go into every cabbie like, hey, have you seen a good looking person? She finally settles on this guy named Harry. And Harry's like, hey, my name's Harry. I haven't seen him.
I drive a taxi.
But then this older lady comes up to Harry and she's like, hey, Harry, I know you saw that guy.
You knew what happened.
You saw a good looking person just yesterday. And then Harry's like, oh, well, yeah, I did see this person you're describing. You shamed me, old lady. I thought there'd be trouble if I said anything. So basically what happened was Harry got Drew into a taxi. And with the intention of driving the taxi to the mansion. But what happened was two other thugs brigands, came in and kind of sandwiched him, basically knocked him out.
Yeah, like drugged him.
Yes. The taxi stops. They put him on the side of the road, and they say, "Hey, don't worry, another car's coming.
We're gonna take him to the hospital.
You got none to worry about.
It's all on the up and up."
Yeah.
Yes, and then there's a description of these kidnappers.
Yes.
One of them is dark, athletic looking, not handsome. And then an upper tooth missing.
Yes, I noticed that too, yeah.
To really solidify the not handsome part. And then the other one had a crinkled left ear.
Yeah, so what? I'm not sure what that means. Oh, because she even says...
I mean, is it like back in the day, like a boxer
No, because you would say cauliflower ears. That was a thing, right?
I would, yes. So I don't know. I don't know exactly what a crinkled ear looks like.
So yeah, here's what Harry says.
But they keep talking about this crinkled,
yes.
the man with the crinkled ear. Oh, yes, that was him.
One of them had an upper tooth missing, and the other fella, his left ear was kind of crinkled, if you know what I mean. And Nancy says, I understand. So, I don't.
But Nancy does, and that's all that matters.
I'll give a description of the two men to the police. I think she realizes that the two plots are kind of intertwined, so she goes back to the mansion.
But on the way, she sees this cave.
Oh, yes.
Yes. So she's like, I'm going to figure out what's going on here. But on the way, she sees she's like, maybe a cave is the way that people get in. And then she's like, look, a cave.
So she goes in, but it's walled off. But she sees a paper.
Yes, a newspaper with a classified ad cut out.
And she's like, this is a clue. I said, well, it could be, or it could be trash, Nancy.
That too, but this is a Nancy Drew book, and therefore it is a clue.
And then she finds out, she calls Helen, the housekeeper, and Helen Hannah, I'm sorry. Hannah, the housekeeper. And she verifies that, hey, the ad that's missing is used car salesman. Like, hey, used car salesman, have you sold a car to anyone with a crinkled ear?
And he said, why, yes, I have.
Able to track him down.
They find his name, too. So he must have, when he tried to purchase a car, he gave his name. Samuel Greenman. Questionable character. Oh, no, I think, they said he had questionable character. I don't know who said that, but somebody said it. He's also wanted for robbery.
Yes. But later on, during his confession, he's going to say, this is my first offense. Oh, I didn't do nothing. Go easy on me. But robbery I think that's a pretty big thing. But
it does seem like it, especially robbery implies force.
I agree.
Yes.
I think Helen, I guess, tracks Nancy down. She's like, hey, you got to come back to the house because
Miss Flora
had a heart attack. And so she comes back, and Miss Flora is like, hey, I saw a ghost. Nancy's like, hey, what'd you see? And she's like, hey, I came down the stairs and I saw a hairy man.
Yes. Unshaven, long hair, also ugly face.
Yes. And so that scared her, gave her a heart attack.
And of course, and then at this point, they decide they're going to search
the second house.
Yeah.
We might begin the order out of line a little bit, but it doesn't necessarily matter.
Yeah.
They're going to search the other house. But then at some point, they go to the realtor and they say, hey, you can't go to this house because it's been sold. And they say by who? Sold to who? And it's sold to
Nathan Gomber. Oh my gosh. Shocker. I felt like from this point on, everything went really fast.
Yes. They tail Gomber for a little bit. He flashes his lights, I think, at the old house, maybe signaling somebody. But they lose him in a chase. They go back the next day to the mansion. Mr. Drusuk missing. Find out that Miss Flora has sold the house finally to Mr. Gomber. There was also a part. There's a part I wanted to bring up too, where all of a sudden the ceiling caves in.
Right. Yes, there is a cave in.
They're just talking. All of a sudden, like the plaster from the ceiling starts falling down, and it hits Nancy and knocks her out for a little bit.
Right, but then she's fine.
It's totally fine. But then Miss Flora's like, still not selling this house. I was like, well, maybe it would be a good idea to sell this house now, Miss Flora. She finally sells the house because I think she was in a weakened state because of this heart attack. She's kind of like in this hospital bed, I think. And she's like, oh, I shouldn't have sold the house. And Nancy Drew is like, hey, don't worry. We can probably prove that this was under duress. We can probably get you out of the contract, out of your signature. And I was like, Nancy, that's what this whole book started off with. It started off with someone trying to get out of his signature.
That's true.
Why is this situation different than that other one?
Because of the sweet old lady. Because she's a good person, not a bad person.
Right.
That is true.
That makes it okay. But anyway, from here, it goes pretty quickly.
So fast. I was like, I think I have 10 pages left.
Right.
And Mr. Drew is kidnapped. They haven't found a ghost or how the ghost is getting in and out.
Right. Or the staircase yet.
Right.
They're pretty sure there is some sort of secret passage. They haven't found it yet, though.
Right. I mean, there's so many things, and I'm like, there's hardly any pages left in this book. And I swear they closed it all up in about 3 pages.
Right.
They were like, and then this happened, and this happened, this happened.
They bring in Harry, the taxi driver, and they also bring in the crinkle-eared man.
Crinkly-eared man, yes.
And they're like, hey, none of them want to talk. This is a hard nut to crack.
Then they're like, well, Nancy Drew, you are 18. We can't do this. As a trained police force, we need you. So
I picture like The Dark Knight with Christian Bale just like, where are they? Where's Rachel?
She goes more for the good cop.
I know.
So then she interrogates Harry, the taxi driver. She says, hey, I'm sure you're frightened, but I'm frightened too. And he's like, you got me. And then he tells all that he knows.
Yeah, and the crinkled-eared man is definitely one of the passengers.
So then she interrogates the crinkle-eared man. Hey, sometimes you get in over your head.
Yes.
You got me. So then he divulges everything that he was forced to do.
Yes, and he definitely says that, hey, Willie Warden was one of the people.
Correct. Then around this time, the realtor calls for the house next door and is like, I changed my mind. You can just look at the house. And I'm like, well, that's odd. It's been sold. But he's just like, it's fine. Go ahead.
So yeah, they explore the house. This is the one part where Helen brings up that, hey, I'm getting married. Maybe I don't want to be on an adventure anymore.
Yes, maybe that would be bad. I could die. Although they don't usually speak of dying. So they search the other house. They find a secret passage in the closet. Nancy falls through into this staircase. They explore the staircase. They find Willie Wharton.
And he just tells them everything.
He tells them everything. I mean, Nathan Gomber is behind it all.
Right.
Right? So...
Even though, like, how much money is he going to be getting from this? Because it seems like the landowners would be getting... Because basically what he's trying to do is he's trying to force the hand and say, like, hey, get more money to these landowners. I guess he gets a certain cut, but probably not that much more.
Yeah, and I don't know also why he wants this mansion.
We find out later, too, that, hey, he wanted both mansions for a housing project.
Oh, right.
But then one was for sale. Why couldn't you just do the one?
You need to. I don't know. They find him. I think the police come in at this point. Then they keep searching the tunnel because there's all these, there's all these little offshoots. And then they find her dad.
Yes.
And he's fine.
There's like a bed in like one of these little rooms.
Right.
And his food was drugged.
Right.
Some more food.
Yes.
But then as soon as he gets out, he sees Nancy and he starts to be better instantly.
Yes. And the mystery is solved. I mean, like, it was just like, and we're good.
Oh, and Willie Warren says that, oh, yes, I did sign it. And they bring in, it's very weird, they bring in a notary public, talk to this notary public and tell him that you did sign. And so he does. And it seemed like a very unnecessary step. Yeah,
it was wrapped up so quickly. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh, okay. And we're done.
And then so basically like everyone leaves the house then. I think so the police officers leave with Willie Warden because he's still going to be under arrest. Maybe not as much in trouble as before. But yeah, I think they're going to grab Gorman. And then so it's just Mr. Drew, the two older ladies, Helen and Nancy in the house left. And how does it end, Kelly?
Well, she's thinking about her next mystery.
Yeah, well, it ends with the next mystery, the bungalow mystery.
Yes.
But how does this book end, though?
They're going to prepare a super duper lunch to celebrate the occasion. I didn't write that down, but I do. When I read this, I was like, oh, of course they are. It's a super duper lunch.
Yes.
So I have to say, I did enjoy the original more. When I read these as a kid, it was always the revised edition. Like, there were no originals in the library when I was checking them out.
The revised are very easy to get. You see them in thrift stores everywhere.
Correct.
Libraries
Those are
everywhere.
Usually, like, you have, the copy you have is an even more recent reprint than what I have. And
but it's still like the 50s version.
Correct. They haven't changed it. What I have is kind of that yellow spine that you'll see if you go to a thrift store or whatever. But the originals were hardcover with a dust jacket. The artwork was very 1930s.
And we found out that they reprinted the first 3 in the 90s.
Correct.
With the original
or
text.
the whole text. Right. Exactly. So I did read the original. Some differences are Helen is not in it at all. The book starts.
That's a huge difference.
The book starts with Nathan Gambit coming to the house. They changed the name for whatever reason. And he's very rude and forceful. And Nancy is very like, how dare you? Which is interesting because I feel like she has more spunk in this original than in the, I mean, she's doing stuff in the reprints, but not to the point where she's like, how dare you get out of here? Yeah. So he comes to the house and he basically threatens her father, and Willie Wharton does not make an appearance. It's just Nathan Gambit. There's no crinkly-eared man. It's
it makes it more simple.
Yes, it's much more simple. So he comes in and he's like, I need more, like, I sold my property, but I need more money, like, and your father cheated me, kind of thing. He tries to, like, force his way into her father's office. They struggle. Like, he gets away. So, like, there's more, like, that kind of action-y stuff.
Is there a haunted house?
There is a haunted house. So it starts with that, and then it moves into, she goes to see one of the ladies who was in the first book. I don't remember which one. You know, there was like multiple people that were like, I'm poor and destitute.
Yes,
so she goes to see this one lady from the first book. How are you doing? And the person who is there is one of the ladies who lives in the house. And in the original version, there are 2 sisters who live in the house. It's not like a mother-daughter. And, you know, she's telling her, we're having basically the same issues, you know. There's music, there's weirdness, there's stuff missing. The way it goes about is kind of interesting. So, like, the same thing happens where she goes to the house, you know, there's some back and forth of trying to find something, that kind of thing. But the part where her father is kidnapped, you actually see that in the original. Like, you see Carson Drew get to the station. Nathan Gambit comes up to him and is like, your daughter is sick. There's something wrong with your daughter. You have to come with me. Which, I mean, he knew Nathan Gambit is the guy who threatened him. So why would he come to you? So then he kidnaps him, takes him to his house, which happens to be the mansion next door. So he already lives there. There is stuff in there. Again, they removed stuff that is racist. So there's a servant who is a black woman, described not well, and she's evil in basically the book. You see the part of the kidnapping, which I thought was kind of interesting. Like, he's trying to, like, give me my money or whatever. And so that was kind of interesting.
I think perhaps they tried to make that part more of a mystery with this revision.
Yeah.
But it's not nearly as interesting as this haunted house story.
No. She's going to go to the mansion. And her father does go off to Chicago. It's like the same thing. But her father's like, listen, I'm a little worried about you going off to this haunted mansion. Here's my revolver. Take it with you. Okay. She takes the revolver.
You send me the a snapshot of it.
She says, I think Dad was wise to suggest that I take his revolver, she told herself. And I'll take plenty of ammunition, too. Enough to annihilate an army.
Wow.
Though, truth to tell, I don't know whether I could hit the broadside of a barn or not. Okay. So there's scenes where she's, like, carrying the revolver throughout the house with her flashlight.
That seems very dangerous.
Yes, it's loaded. She makes sure it's loaded. Also, she puts it under her pillow at night, which is what you do. So, she's 16 carrying this revolver around. The other thing that I thought was interesting is the two ladies are described as elderly. There's a scene where they're said to be nearly 30 years older than Nancy. And if I'm doing my math correctly, Nancy is 16.
Oh,
nearly
no.
means they're not older than 46. So I don't know if
You
that
and me
was
both.
an error or if I have reached elderly status in my own life. But I would say that in general, the liveliness of Nancy was a little more entertaining.
Sure.
Reading that original, obviously there's.
Well, it seems a little bit more raw too.
Yes, there's so and being and actually
noir-y
seeing
almost.
and actually seeing the kidnapping as campy as it was, and also obviously the problematic stuff. In general, it was kind of a little more fun. And it moves slower too, I thought, in general. It's a little longer. The thing about the owl is that there's a scene in the original book. There is no owl, but there's two canaries that show up in the house.
Okay.
After she's been at the house for a while and weird things are happening, canaries show up. Then the ladies are like, oh yeah, there's this other mansion owned by these two brothers, same kind of deal, except that it was like a Civil War thing. They had a passageway to get between the two houses so that marauders wouldn't. They use the word marauders like we were out at sea. Then the ladies are like, "Oh yeah, by the way, somebody's trying to force us out of our house. It's Nathan Gambit."
Where did the owls come in?
They describe Nathan Gambit and they say he.
Is an owl man?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so he lives next door. Also, he's creepy and he has birds. There's no owl, but it's the canaries.
I see. Okay.
So I feel like they were trying to bring in the bird thing from the original, but then they never circled back on that. And that's what I was expecting in the original. I was like, oh, okay, they changed it from canaries to an owl to be maybe a little more ominous. And maybe he still owns birds and they let him in. That's kind of what because also in this original, she breaks into the other house. There's no a realtor lets you in. She full on breaks. She full on breaks into the other house. She sees all the birds. And then, they do find the passage in the other house and, then they find her father. And so it was just interesting seeing those changes that they made. I felt like they sped up the pacing. They removed the problematic things, but they also made her less spunky, I guess, in a way, which I think I knew already kind of happened when they did these revisions.
There were parts of this one where it seemed like Helen was more assertive than Nancy was in parts.
And I think that was I think the originals were so, I don't want to say revolutionary because that seems big, but
no, I
but revolutionary in the way that you have this female lead character that is spunky and is going to speak up or whatever. And then I think when we got to the late 50s, we're like, well, let's try to smooth her out a little and make her a little more polished, maybe.
Especially with this date in the beginning, which was kind of unnecessary.
Right. Well, that's what I thought too. I thought, okay, they're trying to they're giving her a date and there was no anything like that in the original. So,
all right. Well, I think that will do it for Hidden Staircase. The real staircase was the friends we made along the way.
Yes. I will say in the original, at the end of the book, she's given an urn. So it made me think of at the end of the first book, she's given
a clock.
Right. And I think the urn was one of the pieces that was stolen.
Oh,
probably.
Okay. I took it more like a funerary urn.
Well, it could have been one, but I thought, were they going to go in the way of after every case, she's going to get an item.
Kind of like Batman where he does.
And then in the next book, she's going to look at the item and reminisce because that's what she does that a lot. She reminisces because I think there is there a scene in this book where she looks at the clock and reminisces?
She might?
She does in the original, I think. So the next book, which she foreshadows, is The Bungalow Mystery.
Right.
We don't know if Helen Corning owns this bungalow. We have yet to read this book.
Also, I think of a bungalow as maybe like a 1-room house, 2-room house. I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of room to, for secret passages.
I don't know.
So I'm interested.
Yeah, maybe you won't get the mystery correct within the first 2 chapters.
That's tough.
Because there's not so much of a spoiler in the title this time.
That's true, but I'm 2 for 2 so far, so. Thanks for listening today, everybody. If you're new to the show, if you could rate, review, subscribe on a podcatcher of your choice. So there's Apple Podcasts you can give a rating on, or Spotify. There's also Pocket Casts. We also have shirts on Redbubble. So we have our logo, Drew Crew. Mm-hmm. We also have a new shirt. It says Solving Mysteries with Inconsistencies.
Oh, I didn't see that.
I think it's up.
I'm going to have to check out Redbubble again.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, we'll do this one, I don't know, like a December?
Sounds good.
Probably like, every other month or so, maybe.
Sounds good.
Until the next mystery, my name's Peter, I'm a librarian.
My name's Callie, I'm a librarian.
And this has been the Drew Crew. Thank you for trying to twist your...
Thank you.
I
don't know what we're doing.
You're twisting your water bottle off mic, or trying to.
I'm dying over here. I need some water.
Well, you could have been drinking this whole time, Kelly.
I know. I didn't want to ruin the sound.
You could have just been like... You could have put up your finger and been like, I'm a professional.
All in one take.
One take Kelly is what we call you.